train is on its way. I said stay put, my boy, each dog has its day. Stay put.
Don't fuck with me, fellas!
She called me a bitch, it's been years how I spot her. Seen how much of a bitch I be, buried her soul when I blocked her. I contemplate they mental health, but for sure I be no doctor. I bet he will still fuck a lame, I doubt that will ever change. Is there any hope as I sit up at the end of this bed? Tired of the re-up, covers got me losing sleep instead. Thinking about little niggas with no education, no rap sequence, teeth fucked up. Don't know about insurance or family dentist. Piece of the sky opens up, he realizes enough for what he's born with, anger. Mixes it in one hell of a cup. At times I sit and ponder about the opportunities I never had. Even though I'm borrowing time, most niggas will never have. I guess 2020 is the golden year for me. 27 on my jersey claiming clarity. I gonna reach the mountaintop, you just wait and see. I'm coming back into myself, good vision and good health. I seen a dream hit a nigga when he widened up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga when he widened up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga when he widened up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga when he widened up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga when he widened up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga when he widened up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga when he widened up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga. He stood there declaring what was already his. Even though time seemed to slow, there he was, train lights shining on him like showbiz. He stayed woke long enough to see it. The train is on its way. The train is on its way. I told you, young man, every dog has its day. Stay put. Pick up my bags, I be free at last. Don't wanna hear another word from my bum ass past. I graduate to know what's fate and what's a fantasy line. I done walked the wrong path maybe a couple of times. Stepping through, I hope to see windows and green leaves. Freedom of speech, sunshine, rhythm up under my feet. Is it a dream? I check the clock for times like this. People around you can't understand what it means to exist. So make a dollar, be a god, crown yourself, be a martyr, dream big, be a father, word up. I see my time around the world before I'm giving it up. I see myself living for me instead of living for her. That's rare. Two worlds niggas can never compare. Giving time to a world that'll never be there. So get your weight up, press. Hit the gym so it's enough to hold your head up. Rest enough to see yourself inside a dream. Make a dollar, be a god, crown yourself, be a martyr, dream big, be a father, word up. And get your weight up, press. Hit the gym so it's enough to hold your head up. Rest enough to see yourself inside a dream. Make a dollar, be a god, crown yourself, be a martyr, dream big, be a father, word up. And get your weight up, press. Hit the gym so it's enough to hold your head up. Rest enough to see yourself inside a dream. Yeah. Kimbro. Keep your head up. Gotta chase your dreams out the paper. Over time things change. So much bloodshed, it's a shame. Don't know what the future holds, humble I'll remain. Don't replace fear where trust should be. Right here, shouldn't know what your left think. Don't compare the size, focus on your team. Can't be myself, won't be anything. Grant me peace, I've been patient. Trying to find solutions without foundation. One life, bet not waste it. Gotta adjust with the times, be adjacent. What's fair, not equal. In life, notice you get no sequel. Sometimes my soul feel conflicted.
Yes,
but I
sir.
keep my head up, prevent from getting wet up. And times
show. We appreciate everybody for rocking with us doing this. It's bedtime stories. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that energy. We here. We got Shannon Sharpe. We got a few things to talk about. College student almost got beat on. Well, he did get beat on. You know, so we're gonna talk about that as well, man. Let's get it. You know what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it, man. Let's go ahead and get to it. So, number one, we have Shannon Sharpe, and I think that a lot of people know about this story already. Let me get up out of here. Know about this story already, but we're gonna lay it out. So right here, we have Shannon Sharpe settled with the 20-year-old woman. I mean, it's just saying that it's crazy. It's crazy to hear it, talk about it out loud. But Shannon Sharpe settled with a 20-year-old woman after sexual assault allegations. A judge ordered Sharpe not to destroy their sex tape. This order came from Sharpe's ex-girlfriend, Michelle Evans, filed a lawsuit. Evans also accused Sharpe of sexual assault. Sharpe's attorneys denied all allegations. Both sides acknowledged a long-term relationship. The initial lawsuit will be dismissed. The only thing that I don't like about this is that he was said to be a sexual deviant before, and now that they're saying that the relationship was consensual, all is essentially lost, or in their minds, in the legal system's mind, all is well. But we know that Shannon Sharpe, his image, at least for the foreseeable future, the immediate future, will be tarnished. Shannon Sharpe, the NFL legend, might have reached a settlement with his 20-year-old accuser, but it seems the legal drama has taken a new turn a few days ago. So this was published. This was published today. So this was today. So it says it has taken a turn. So listen up. Listen up. It says a few days ago, Shannon Sharpe reached a settlement with the 20-year-old woman after she sued him for $50 million big ones and accused him of sexual assault. Sexually assaulting her multiple times. But now a former girlfriend of Shannon Sharpe's has brought a new turn to the case. Shannon Sharpe's settlement with 20-year-old OnlyFans model takes a new turn. Recently, as per the U.S. Sun, a judge has ordered Shannon Sharpe not to destroy the sex tape that he had recorded while getting intimate with the 20-year-old woman. Shannon Sharpe's rape accuser was retired from OnlyFans after coming to resolution and dismissing her $50 million lawsuit. So she says today, I have decided to retire from she putting her jersey in the Raptors. She's putting her jersey in the Raptors. Thank you for the incredible support you've shown me over the past few years. This community has given me a life I could have never imagined. I'll still be active on social media and have several new projects to the works that I can't wait to share. I'm truly excited for this next chapter. I love you all forever and ever. An OnlyFans legend. Shockingly, this order comes as a woman named Michelle Evans. My Michelle. So this the lady he was yelling about and screaming about when he got caught on IG Live. It says, who claims to be Shannon Sharpe's ex-girlfriend and has also accused him of sexual assault, have filed a lawsuit for the NFL legend sex tape with the 20-year-old woman to be not destroyed. Hang on, let's read that again. Shannon Sharpe's ex-girlfriend has also accused him of sexual assault, had filed a lawsuit for the NFL legend's sex tape with the 20-year-old woman to not be destroyed. Shannon Sharpe and his attorneys have not reacted to this new ruling and have also stayed silent about reaching a settlement with the 20-year-old OnlyFans model. What Shannon Sharpe had to say about the whole situation amid the lawsuit, sources close to Shannon Sharpe say his relationship was purely a consensual BDSM arrangement, allegedly meeting for rough sex around. Man, this is too graphic, bro. This is too great. It's still early. They claim she requested acts like choking, collars, and role playing, and alleged. Hey, I ain't gonna go too far with this one. When Shannon Sharpe was accused of sexual assault by the 20-year-old woman, he constantly spoke about how the two were in consensual, intimate relationship. The NFL legend had even posted their text to prove his point. but got brutally trolled by fans. Now, it says here she liked to be choked. I need 100 women right now to say that they've been choked before. Come on, man. It's plenty. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. So, good luck, Shannon Sharpe. Thank you again, Shannon Sharpe. You know, Shannon Sharpe has a huge platform right now, and he's trying to recoup a lot of money that he possibly lost because of this. I don't think it's at a immediate turn down right now or for the future. Shannon Sharpe will be in a place where he can recoup the bag, I'm sure. So, all right. One thing I want to do is go here. Now, this is a huge topic. This is a huge topic currently right now. Now, I want to read this story, and I also will play the video. Here's the deal. When I play this video, I want us to pay attention. Also, keep in mind that there are other stories out there saying that this guy was, essentially being extremely defiant when it comes to lawful orders. So let's take a look at the video to see what happened. I'll just read this part. We'll have the video, then I'll read. It says, JSO investigating after viral social media video shows officers break car window, hit man's face during traffic stop. Man who shared video of February traffic stop that now has over 2 million views says he suffered chipped tooth and concussion. Let's check it out. If you're a black person, you know these traffic stops end ugly, man. They end ugly. Let's check it out. Let's see. Quick little advertisement. You know they gotta pay some bills.
Put me over. He walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir? What is your reason?
Step out now.
All right. No, don't.
Get on the ground.
Stop fighting.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. What's wrong with you?
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
Fucking tooth and shit, bro. I was fooling, bro. What's going on, man?
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No, bro.
Yes, bro.
You
Yes.
have a lawful reason, bro.
Big knife center in here, too.
It's a bit hard to watch, of course.
Bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
That's how it works.
Too late.
It ain't no too late.
When they asked you to step out of the vehicle, you should have done that shit.
Sir, your partner didn't even ask.
Marijuana in his right pocket.
Yes, it is.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, bro. I didn't do nothing.
It's called resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong, sir.
Called him an idiot. Called him an idiot. You know, he stopped the video.
When severe storms.
I mean, he probably doesn't know one of the other officers or whatever else. He went live, made sure he went live. See, that's a smart thing. Without social media, a black man could catch an ass whooping and, they just keep on going, Thankfully, Rodney King, his beating was caught on film. If not for that, this guy he exercised a lot of restraint in this moment when he broke the car. I can't imagine what was going on in his head. In his head, I'm pretty sure this guy, he feels as though his life is threatened right now. And it could go one of two ways. He may make it out alive. He may not. So it looks like they're showing this video over again. And I want to actually get, so looking at the video used to bother my mind a lot, I would get flashback PTSD. I just didn't like that. Now I'm good. Now I need to fight this. Okay, let me see what he's talking about. So this is from TK Waters, I believe at the police department in Florida. It says it's a lot of crazy things going on in Florida, by the way. Florida got some, we are aware of a video circulating on social media showing a traffic stop represented to be from February 19, 2025. We have launched an internal investigation into it and the circumstances surrounding this incident. We hold our officers to the highest standards and are committed to thoroughly determining exactly what occurred. Let's go here. I want to hear him speak. Hopefully this video isn't too long, but I do want to look at this. Let's check this out. This is 3 minutes. We can watch this.
Hey, we go now to our top story tonight. The violent traffic stop involving William McNeil Jr. has sparked outrage.
You know that brother right there he's an American.
Nationwide.
Today, for the first time since the incident went viral online, William spoke publicly about what happened that day in February.
And basically, what I was taught is to, instead of fighting them on the street where we don't have power at, fight them in the courts.
Amen.
News4Jax reporter Alicia Hatcher was there as he stood alongside his family and civil rights attorneys at a Jacksonville church.
William McNeil Jr. spoke out for the first time right through these church doors, surrounded by his family and civil rights attorneys, briefly sharing what he remembers from that day.
The day I seen that video, I couldn't finish it past the window breaking. It wasn't until maybe a few months ago I finally finished the whole video.
That pain and trauma still fresh for William McNeil Jr.'s mother. Back in February, the 22-year-old college student was pulled over by Jacksonville sheriff's officers.
All right, go for it.
This guy's a college student. He's not a thug. Okay, he's just a college student trying to make it. That's it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle.
They claimed his headlights weren't on, but what followed was far from a routine stop. On Wednesday, his family joined him at a news conference, visibly shaken as they shared their pain.
It hurted. It made me upset. But I seen what my son did that I had to do. And he shot right. And he did right. To see that is a hurting feeling.
William also briefly spoke.
That day, I just really wanted to know, why I was getting pulled over and why I needed to step out the car when I knew I didn't do nothing wrong.
Civil rights attorneys Ben Crump and Harry Daniels stood with McNeil, condemning the officer's actions.
The sheriff released some videos, and according to William, there's another video, another officer's there. They didn't release this video. Officer had him at gunpoint. So now you're at gunpoint, and they're telling you for not having headlights on, you better answer for a supervisor.
McNeil's attorneys say he was never interviewed by the state attorney's office before the case was cleared, calling for an independent investigation and accountability. Following the news conference, JSO Sheriff TK Waters released a statement saying that reads in part, in light of William McNeil Jr.'s public announcement that he has retained counsel, the Jacksonville Sheriff...
When severe storms and...
All right. So that's pretty interesting. And what I want to do now is I want to show you something. Very quick. Stay with me. I want to show you something. It says here that here's another guy. It's a white guy. Let's see how they treat him.
2.5 years to Afghanistan, Iraq.
You okay? You heard it all?
No.
What happened?
I came in and turned right. This Porsche. It was a Porsche and a Chevy that kept pushing. I'm like, shit. Plenty of room, right?
Yeah.
No room whatsoever. They literally accelerated. I'm like,
All right, stay in this position until I tell you.
Oh, hang on.
Now we're getting frisky. Who's stealing for you motherfuckers? You're getting stupid fast. You're getting stupid fast. Joel. I don't want to fight you, Joel. I don't want to fight you. You're not going to fight me. You're you stupid, Joel.
Oh.
I can't cross my legs because my hips are blown out.
So let's do it without the
You piece of shit. Candy ass. It's cool that you have a holster. You know what you really have? You have a holster for me. Then bang the f*** off. Because I love me some confrontation. You can't do shit. I'm sorry. F*** you. Get the f*** out of here. I love you. Get the f*** out of here. It's a simple tow truck and f*** you. There was no accident. There was nothing. There was no incident. Get the f*** out of here now. Bullshit. Joel. Joel. Stop. Stop it, Joel. You stupid. Stop it, Joel. Stop. Your boys are doing it, not me. Joel, put your hands behind your back. Not gonna hurt you. Be polite.
You got two.
Back off. Back off and be polite.
Do you want two cuffs so your shoulders aren't?
Back off and reset. All right. When you're ready. I'm ready. You ready? And you.
Do you want a second set of cuffs to make it a little less lightly for you?
Please.
Here, I'm gonna give them to the officer.
The cuff got torn.
Okay.
I've never seen this before. Wow. So, as you can see, the cops, they know how to do their job. Just depends on what color you are. You got one individual, head his hands up, sitting peacefully, and you had another one that was essentially not doing what a reasonable civilian would do, cursing at him, threatening him, letting him know he wants confrontation. He was drunk. They had every single right to actually restrain this guy. It never happened. But you seen what happened to the college student. It's about five or six of them. Jumped on him like some thugs. So this is what we're dealing with. And these types of videos, I believe, should be shown more to show you they do know how to respond. They do know how to exercise some patience. They've been trained well enough. If it's a blanket system, they just use it depending on who they're interacting with. Traffic stops end ugly. And at the end of the day, I feel sorry for this young man right here. I feel sorry for him. I feel as though he should never, ever get better. That's what I feel. He should always be in a position where, hey, you know what? My hip is bothering me and I feel discombobulated. My mind is gone. Ever since that incident, this incident right here, ever since this incident, if I was him, I'm working to get over it, but I never will. I'm working my hardest, my darndest to get over it, but I never will. I have PTSD that I'm looking to actually get over, but I never will. That's what should happen. That's how he should roll out. So a lot of people have also, number one, they have a different footage of him closing it. You could see, like you could hear in this footage, the officer says, hey, why'd you close your door? Probably closed his door because he had a gun pointed at him. That's why he probably closed his door. On top of that, he asked for his supervisor. You can ask for the supervisor. No matter what. If you're saying this guy's not following orders, whatever else, you know the low level, ignorant, prejudiced, white, dumb shit. He shouldn't have got his head beat in like that. Period. I want to read a little bit of this. It says here in this video, JSO officers can be seen breaking a car window, hitting a man in his face and pulling him out of his SUV during a traffic stop. We are aware of a video circulating. In this video, posted 22-year-old Will McNeil Jr. and reviewed by News 4JX, Jacksonville, Florida. McNeil appears to be discussing why he was pulled over with an officer who is near his passenger side window. According to McNeil Jr., the incident took place around 4 p.m. while he was driving home. He said he was being pulled over because his headlights were off. They checked to see if his headlights were off. Then tried to knock his head off. An arrest report from JSO says the incident occurred at about 4:17 p.m. and confirms that McNeil Jr. was pulled over near Jacksonville's Woodstock neighborhood because his vehicle did not have its headlights or tail lights illuminated in inclement weather. Let's read this carefully. Did not have its headlights or tail lights illuminated. Now, I'm assuming illuminated mean on, or does it? The arrest report also states that McNeil Jr. became verbally combative with the arresting officer and that the officer asked him for his driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance, to which McNeil Jr. replied, "Call your supervisor." Now, I probably would have gave him my driver's license and registration. Proof of insurance. I probably would have gave him that. The suspect refused to comply and shut the driver's door and locked it. I gave numerous orders to the suspect to provide his identification when he refused, the arresting officer wrote in his report. In the video, McNeil Jr. told officers when they asked him to roll down his window that he couldn't because his window didn't work, which is why he initially opened the door during the traffic stop to speak to the first officer. He couldn't because the window couldn't work. The video shows McNeil asking another officer on the passenger side to pull out the law that he was told he had violated. That's a reasonable request. There's multiple people's headlights off, first of all, and there's no rain. McNeil says to the officer, who is off screen, "It doesn't matter. You are required to have your headlights on." The officer replies, "Can you pull that law up?" McNeil asks. So from what I'm looking at, it seems like it's daytime, daylight out, and you're supposed to have your headlights on? I'm asking a question at this point. I'm not sure. That's odd. When do I have my car on automatic. So when your car is set to automatic, there's a certain period within the day that your headlights come on. The officer says, "When you step out of the car, I will." McNeil Jr. then asks the officer for a supervisor, and the off-screen officer can be heard saying, "Go for it," which is like a dog. Go for it. These ain't nothing but silly dogs, man. Which is followed by a different JSO officer striking the driver's side window 3 times and breaking it. As the officer yells, "Exit the vehicle now, exit the vehicle now," he can be seen striking McNeil Jr. in the face once before. Are y'all police on like some sort of what y'all on? Why y'all always mad? Now y'all have a hard job, but why are you so enraged that you get to punch on people? Y'all off some McNeil Jr. does not visibly react to the initial face punch and shows the officer his hands. The driver's side door is then opened by the officer, and McNeil's seatbelt is unfastened as he asks, "What is your reasoning, sir?" before being pulled from his seat. According to the arresting officer in this report, he writes that he told McNeil that he was being placed under arrest for resisting an officer without violence, and that McNeil refused to exit the vehicle. "I gave the suspect several warnings that I was going to break the window and remove him from the vehicle if he did not comply with lawful commands. The suspect continued to refuse to comply, at which time I broke the driver's window and opened the driver's door," the officer writes. The video then appears to show an officer hitting McNeil Jr. in the face again as multiple officers pushed him down to the ground. The arresting officer adds in his report that he believed McNeil Jr. was reaching for a knife under his seat and was continuing to pull away from officers while refusing to place his hands behind his back, which required officers to apply physical force. The camera does not pick up what is happening to McNeil Jr. as he is on the ground, but McNeil Jr. can be heard saying, "What's going on?" to which a JSO officer responds, "You're under arrest. That's what's going on." It says you thought he was reaching for a knife. What made you believe that? He's got a gun. He's got a gun. Boom, boom, boom. We later find out he never had a gun. Never had a gun. Zimmerman. Icy and Skittles. Boom, boom, boom. Hoodie. Boom, boom, boom. Tamir Rice. Philando Castile. Trayvon Martin. Sandra Bland. Must I go on? Y'all remember when this guy was trying to get his license? I'm gonna see if I can find it. It may be scrubbed off of YouTube. Okay. Y'all remember when the guy was trying to get his license and the officer just shot him because he was scared? It may be off of YouTube. This is what's coming up right now. I think this dash cam footage shows Chicago man shooting state trooper. Now we ain't talking about that foolery. Not the foolery. We done. But that has happened. It is unclear which JSO officers are speaking, but one can be heard saying that's not how it works. When they ask to step out of the vehicle, you should have done that shit. And the officer also appears to ask McNeil Jr., so why close the door if you see pull up? McNeil appears to respond and saying, because, man, what do you mean? He's talking about arresting me and stuff, and I didn't do anything wrong. So spoke with McNeil, who, through his attorneys, permitted us to show the video that he posted to social media. The video can be found at the bottom of his story. His attorney confirmed that McNeil suffered injuries, including a chipped tooth and a concussion, and that he needed stitches and is suffering short-term memory loss. McNeil told us that after the incident shown in the video, he was taken to jail. Court records show that McNeil was adjudicated guilty of resisting an officer without violence and driving on a suspended license. Oh, his license was suspended without violence. The citations for not wearing a seatbelt and driving without headlights and inclement weather appear to have been dismissed. Okay. McNeil was sentenced to 2 days in jail. She had already served by the time of his arraignment. Okay. All right. Well, this is unfortunate. I'll be sending a formal letter and request to meet about the deaths in the jail and other cases related to potential JSO misconduct. People don't know how to do their jobs. Police have a hard job. Firefighters, absolutely. But I don't know why you gotta beat on people. You know what I mean? That just shouldn't happen. So at the end of the day, I believe that people should be able to come to terms with obeying the law, at least, but also they shouldn't expect to get beat up or also hit, violated viciously, because that's what's going on. That's what happened here. All right, let's go to CPS. Also, man, it's pretty clear. I'll give my take real quick. I'll give my take, and then take it. It's pretty clear that some officers, when it comes to this entire police game, you got police everywhere. Most of them, in my community at least, are white officers. A lot of the videos that I see, majority of them are white. Let's stop the all officers are bad thing. And let's stop the all officers aren't bad. We know that all officers aren't bad, just like all black people aren't ignorant or all white people aren't racist. We understand that. But when it comes to the police as a system, it's terrible. So let's nullify that reasoning. Oh, all officers aren't bad. What's happening under the law of the land when it comes to the actual system of police? They're not being trained properly. They're not consistent across the board when it comes to building out responses and interventions for people screaming, yelling, being threatened, people driving drunk, white, black. Things happen different across the board. Also, There are too many circumstances where people, a cop, talking about he reaching for a taser, how you think you reaching for a taser when you pull the thing out and you bust it? What are you talking about? You don't know what a taser feel like and a 9 feel like? I think most of these police officers are goofballs, idiots, some wrong in the head. They're reluctant to actually do something constructive when it comes to reasoning and building out interventions that actually provide them circumstances that don't result in somebody getting their head blown off. That's all it is. So, traffic stops end ugly. Stay out their way, man. You black, stay out the police way, man. I ain't got time to be talking about this over and over again. We already know what it is. Stay out their way. And let's try to get some money so that we can change the system and don't have to be a part of people who just don't think. Because it's a lot of them. Okay? No, all people aren't bad, but we have systems in place that provide the space for the bad people to run amok. And that's the problem. That's the problem. All right, moving on. Let's look at this. All right, so it says here, no, I won't do that. It says Chicago Public Schools announces hundreds of layoffs as part of annual staffing adjustments. Let's check this out. Let's see.
Chicago Public Schools just announced it's laying off more than 1,400 school-based employees. This includes 432 teachers and 677 special ed classroom assistants. CPS says this is part of its annual workforce planning and budgeting process. Historically, the district says more than 80% of impacted employees have secured new positions within CPS prior to the start of the school year. It's not known if the current $734 million budget deficit will impact that rehiring process.
Wow. They laid off 432 teachers. Wow. It says Chicago Public Schools announces Friday it is laying off more than 1,400 school-based employees. That's 432 teachers, 677 special education classroom assistants. CPS said this is part of its annual workforce planning and budget process. Chicago Public Schools announced layoffs for dozens of staff. Okay. Historically, the district said more than 80% of impacted employees have secured new positions within CPS prior to the start of the school year. It says historically. It's not known if the current $734 million budget deficit will impact the hiring process. Yeah, this is wild. I will say this because here's also a link. This happened a month ago. Let's check this out. Let's see if they'll play it.
Breaking news from Chicago Public Schools. Late tonight, the district announced it is laying off dozens of staff members, many of whom are crossing guards. Here's a look at the numbers. The majority of the cuts are to the SEIU Local 73 union, which represents those guards. 67 central and network office employees have been cut, as well as 7 Chicago Teachers Union members. And more than 100 vacant positions were also eliminated. The school district faces a $734 million budget deficit. And tonight, SEIU called the layoffs a blow to the city's education system, adding that it will do what it can to mitigate them.
Damn. Hey, we don't care if you let helping our kids cross the street. Get out of here. We ain't got the money to pay you. Chicago Public Schools announced layoffs on Friday, impacting over 100 employees and over 200 vacant positions, including many crossing guards. CPS said 67 central office and network offices employees were impacted across all offices, and 166 vacant positions were closed. 7 Chicago Teachers Union employees were impacted and 19 vacant positions were closed. Bro, y'all got positions open and people can't get them? What is going on, man? Like, golly, an 87 SEIU local 73 employees impacted, mostly crossing guards, and 24 vacant crossing guard positions were closed. God damn. Don't go to school for no cross. I don't even know how you, like, what classes you take to be a crossing guard, but don't do that. They laid off 435 teachers. So what is, I'm trying to figure out if I'm laying off teachers, what's going on with those classrooms? The only thing that's happening is you doing dual classrooms, and upon you doing actual dual paths for MTSS and the IEP students, dual path is just doing both for the accommodations of the students. You have an administration step in to fill those roles. So people working harder than ever right now. The district remains committed to open communication moving forward and acknowledges the thoughtful and difficult work undertaken by teams across the organization to ensure these decisions have the least possible impact on students. How are y'all ensuring that? Let's be real, man. Let's be real.
Trust no one.
Y'all not doing that. If y'all letting go crossing guards that build relationships with the students and the kids that they trust to get them across the street, y'all not leastly providing students the least possible impact. If you letting go special education assistants, if you letting go teachers, how? Now, this doesn't make any sense for the student, but budget-wise, yeah, you ain't got to pay people. Again, I've said before, this is a system about money, egos, and everything else outside of the students. If we're talking about what you want to do best for you, I'm going to tell you what to do. Go somewhere where you'll appreciate it, where you can build out a substantial plan to provide financial freedom in the future. That's about it. These systems, these people, it's not about real change. It's not about real change. When it comes to change makers and change processes and all the BS, it's not about that. I want people to actually figure out the truth and understand that if you don't have any money parked, things like this can happen. No one can do anything. Not the assistant principal you love, not the principal you love, not anyone. This is the SEIU Local 73 President Diane Palmer issued the following statement, whoever this may be. Let's actually read it. Let's see what this says. It is our understanding that CPS has begun issuing layoff notices to staff. However, we do not yet have numbers on how many have or will be impacted. We got numbers. We believe that laying off any of these essential workers would be a significant blow to our education system. Our union will work to mitigate the impact of any layoffs and continues to call on the City of Chicago and the Board of Education to urgently explore other alternatives that will not directly harm students' education. I'm with you. Combining additional state funding and using tax increment financing, TIF, funds from Chicago could easily bridge this gap. Mayor Brandon Johnson has the power to declare a surplus of those funds, which will go a long way towards honoring the promise to equitably fund and staff our schools. SEIU Local 73 represents more than 11,000 CPS support staff, including special education, classroom assistants, custodians, crossing guards, bus aides, security officers, and parent workers. ABC 7 has reached out to the CTU for comment. So I know someone in the CTU. She told me that they were having a meeting today, and essentially it doesn't look good. I'm going to call her, see what CTU is talking about. But even if you're a CTU member, you're not safe. They said they laid off 7 CTU members. Who's safe? You got to be an AP, a principal. I mean, the superintendent. So this is crazy. This is some wild stuff, man. I do want to actually talk about, Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Legendary wrestler. Giving the leg drop to The Rock and all these other people. Cardiac arrest, 9/11 dispatch audio. Hulk Hogan was on steroids, doing all he could to maintain his health and be active in the game. Hulk Hogan's $140 million legal body slam of Gawker that led to gossip sites' demise cheered after wrestler's death. So I'm assuming his legacy, his legacy was clean. What is this? Kiss off. Now, if you guys don't know, Kristen Cabot's CEO husband was on the business trip when she was cozying up with Andy Byron at Coldplay. So we've had multiple deaths within this past, I would say, few months. You had Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne died, and you had my man who was on the Bill Cosby Show. My thing is this. Hulk Hogan died at 71. This guy died when he was swimming in Costa Rica. Live your life, man. You never know when your number's called. Do what you can while you can. While you're here. Hulk Hogan, he had his time. He had his day. 71 is still young. I want to reach at least 90, man. That's about 19 years. 71, he's still chilling. He's still active, walking around. It looked like he was healthy, but he died from cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest is also the silent killer, man. Silent killer. Fight for what's right. It's been a rough week for Gen X, losing Theo, Ozzy, and now real American icon Hulk Hogan. It's been a week. Let's see. Oh, boy. So this is crazy. Yeah. Shout out to condolences to the family, to the people who actually lost their lives. And, at the end of the day, no one wants to see that, of course. But let's keep it a bean. Make sure that, you're following up with who you are at the end of the day, because you could disappear. You know what I'm saying? It's wild out here. As I wrap up, go grab me something to eat, man, because I'm hungry. At the end of the day, please like, share the video. We have a lot of phenomenal topics coming up, as always. And for the people who've been rocking with Bedtime Stories, we got a lot of stuff coming. We're looking for some more Beyond the Book interviews with some extremely special people. Also, please follow our YouTube, Beyond the Book .7. Follow our Instagram, Beyond the Book. Follow our Facebook, also Beyond the Book. Now it's registered under me, but that's where we go. You get news, you get everything you need so that you can become the best version of yourself as you soak in all this material. I'm done. I'll be on again Tuesday. Lil Bro will more than likely be on as well. And we gonna rock out just like that. Please, as always, in this simulation, provide a demonstration to the higher power showing who you are. Only then do we soar across the pages of life. Until next time, levitate.